Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to do a assisted Nordic hamstring curl, and for this particular one we're going to use the GHD, or the glute hamstring development machine. So you're going to get a really sturdy stick, okay? This is going to be assistance, because if I just do a Nordic hamstring curl with nothing here, then we're probably just going to work like the top quarter range, top half range of the eccentric part of the motion, and then we're just falling over. So until you can do a full Nordic with your own strength, I like doing assisted Nordics. So if this was on the ground, I'd use a ball, but since we got this machine, we're going to use a stick. Okay, so we're going to set up, make sure knees are in a comfortable position on the pad. I'm going to get the stick out in front to set up. Just going to have my hands out on the top. Just going to find that sweet spot for me and for my like torso length. Now the key before you even, for me anyway, the way I teach these is you want a posterior pelvic tilt. So you're going to tuck your tailbone in. That's going to be key. Otherwise you're going to use, when you go down on your Nordics, you're going to go into anterior pelvic tilt. That's going to put a lot of pressure on your lower back, and then when you come up, you're just going to be using your lower back anyway instead of your hamstrings. So we're going to posterior pelvic tilt, okay? To lock that posterior pelvic tilt in the whole way, you got to squeeze the glutes. So squeezing the glutes, posterior pelvic tilt. Now I'm using my hamstrings, keeping all the tension in the hamstrings to slowly lower myself. This is probably too close to me because this stick is probably going to knock me in the face, and I got to deviate from it. So probably on the next rep, I'm going to adjust it going further down. So I go down to my hamstrings fully lengthened, or in that fully lengthened position. I'm noticing I'm losing that posterior pelvic tilt, so I'm going to recorrect and then pull myself up using my hamstrings as much as possible, okay? So I'm not pushing myself up with my arms, that's just that extra assistance, so I can get the full range of motion. I'm using my hamstrings as much as possible. So again, second rep, posterior pelvic tilt. Yeah, locking the glutes in. I adjusted my stick, making sure as much tension in the hamstrings as possible, getting to that fully lengthened position, and then coming all the way back up, really focusing, tension in the hamstrings, and focusing on maintaining that posterior pelvic tilt. So that's assisted Nordics from the glute hamstring development machine. If you guys find this video useful, like, comment, share with a friend, and subscribe.